Before we get into the video, if you guys want the best quality on your screen, make sure to press the settings and turn it up to 1080p. Also, if you want some captions, if you speak a different language, go to the bottom of your screen, press this button, go over to settings, and you will see an option to press onto subtitles, go to auto translate, and you have got hundreds of languages to select from. Enjoy the video, lads. The FUTTIES France Cup. We've had the Serie A Cup. In fact, we've had, I think, a lot of cups at this point. I know they're doing them during Team of the Season, and now they're doing them after Team of the Season, with obviously a lot more juice rewards. Now, if you guys are new to these objectives, guys, we're going to go over all of these objectives one by one. I'm going to show you guys the game mode, break down how the game mode works, along with a squad builder, and a couple tips that you guys can use to maybe help you out along the way with these objectives. If this video does help you guys out, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and let's get into it as well. If there is any questions that I may not have answered throughout the video, make sure to ask me down below and I'll try to get back to you. Let's get into it. So for winning 3 matches, you get a 1 of 3 84 plus player pick. Winning 6, you get a 1 of 4 85 plus along with winning 10. Winning 14, you get an 85 times 5 pack. 18 gives you a 1 of 3 shapeshifter player with no cap, so it can be any shapeshifter. Win 22 matches in a live foot friendly gives you 10 times 85 pack. And win 27 gives you a 1 of 4 93 plus shapeshifter. If you do manage to win all 27, you will also get yourself a 1 of 4 94 plus shapeshifter player pick. Let's go ahead, have a look at the game mode that this is in. Get on over to friendlies, go on to play online, and I believe it is one of the first ones. FUTTIES France Cup. If it loads, the servers are a bit iffy today. Now, as you can see, the requirements, exactly 18 French players, at most 1 lone player. So at most 1 lone player, that does count for the reserves and subs as well. So if you're trying to go into a game and you're wondering why it's not letting you, you've most likely got a lone player on the bench that you're unaware of. 18 French players, 11 in the starting 11 and 8 on the bench. As for the time remaining, you've got 7 days, you've got 10 matches a day as well, lads. Alright, so you've got 7 days, 10 a day, that's 70 attempts to get 27 wins, which means you only need to win maybe 3 or 4 a day in order to be able to get this reward, alright? So they've not made it easy, but they've definitely made it relatively easy. You've got 70 attempts to get 27 games, which I know at one point they released a cup, I think it was a Brazil Cup, and you needed like 30 wins out of like 40 attempts. It was absolutely shocking. Or 27 wins out of 38 attempts, I think. You needed like a 70% win rate. It was absolutely awful. So with this FUTTIES France Cup, you've got a lot of attempts similar to last week's cup as well. Now this time, I say this time, it was last time as well, but the rules are first too, which means whoever scores first will win. If you concede first, the game will end. If you score first, the game will end, alright? So it's going to be quick fire games. Right, so what we've done is we've just built up a very cheap, a relatively cheap squad builder with some meta players. This will cost you around maybe 40,000 coins. Now, we're just going to keep it simple with a 4-4-2 formation. Now, this you can copy if you've got no French players in your squad, but what you're mainly going to want to do is, first of all, search your squad for French players that you have got. I've got a Benzema and Nkunku, Saint Maximin, Lacazette, etc., that I will be able to use myself. Therefore, I'll be obviously wanting to use these players composed of a gold rare players. Now, the servers are very dodgy today as well, so hopefully we can power through this. Now, with these cards, once again, they're not the best. You're going to be playing good teams as well. I know for a fact when we're doing Bundesliga ones, you are playing very good teams, alright? And this is a hard truth. This team will probably this will not be enough to get you all 27 unless you are in a low division. Maybe it's a second account and you just face other people with really average teams like this. This is like the very down bad, right? So what you want to do is try and get the best French players you possibly can throughout the week. We'll quickly run through these guys. Martial, Ben Yedder, Bamba at left mid with Camavinga and Houssem Aouar as our 2-seater mids. Icone at right mid with Roussillon, Upamecano, Niakate, Rossier at right back, and Areola in net. Now, Roussillon currently has a card out of packs, I believe same with Houssem Aouar, or in packs, I should say, which means the gold rare cards might be quite pricey. We could go for Lacroix, but I believe his gold rare is like 10,000 coins because he's currently got a Future Stars in packs, which is bumping the price up. So this is just a budget French team you can copy if you wish. Do I recommend doing it? No, not particularly, because if you do have a relatively low budget and you can only afford a team like this, sure, it's the best possible team you can use with your budget, like a 40,000 coin budget, but still, in my opinion, that's not going to be enough to power through and get all of the wins. So what you want to do, your best way to obtain French players like myself, as you can see, it's not even going to let me search for them, but as I showed you before, I had a Benzema, Thierry Henry, Saint-Maximin. It's not even going to let me go into the squad building challenges, man. EA servers are absolutely awful today, lads. Hopefully, when this cools down, I can show you guys what I'm about to say. Well, I still can't do anything, so modern problems require modern solutions, lads. We're going to flick on over to Futbin. Massive shout out to Futbin. I'm not sponsored by these guys, but it's, you know, I can use it to show you guys what I was going to show you in game anyway. Now, basically, if you want to get the best French players possible, obviously you've got a Varane available, who is, I believe, if I had to take a guess, at least probably 1 million coins, so he's going to be quite pricey. You won't want to complete him, and I'm not going to sit here and just say, do Saint-Maximin, do Varane for millions of coins, because I know lots of you guys do not have that budget. But we have got a new Mandanda and Amavi Dynamic Duo 5 objectives, which are completely free to grind. So there is already 2 French players that are better. You've got Amavi at left back. In fact, he looks so good, you'd probably even want to play him as a left mid to get the most out of him. You've got a French goalkeeper in Mandanda, right? So you're going to want to, that's a goalkeeper and a left back sorted, just like that. So what you're going to want to do is just try to obtain as much French players as possible. So I've got, as I said, Mandanda and Amavi. There's this Griezmann SBC, who I think is actually relatively good value at 350k. With how easy it is to get fodder, you can get Griezmann done. I'm not sure if Plea is still available, but he's also very cheap. He is sadly expired, but if you did complete his card like Plea, he'd be absolutely perfect. Now, Summer Swaps is out as well. The Summer Swaps 2 rewards. You've got an 83 times 25, 84 times 25, 82 times 25. You've also got an 85 times 20 pack for 5 tokens, right? You've got an 86 plus times 15. Now, you can complete all of them, and you are bound to get French players, alright? So if you've got some Summer Swaps tokens, definitely do these packs and try just collect all the best French players you possibly can. So let's imagine this is a team with your best possible French players. Let's say you've done that Mandanda, that Amavi objective. You're grinding some other French players. You're opening the Summer Swaps packs, the fodder packs to try and get your French players. You're keeping them. Let's just pretend you've got your best possible French players on the screen. Now, tip number 1, lads, or tip number 2 if you count the squad builder as a tip, but we'll just say tip number 1 for the sake of the video, is going to be custom tactics, alright, lads? Now, I'm not going to give you guys my personal custom tactics, just because if my custom tactics work for me, they might not for you. I don't know what formation you want to play as well. I used to do custom tactics videos at the beginning of the year. I absolutely loved trying them out, telling you guys what works for me, and often it works for you guys as well, right? But obviously, with me recording my own custom tactics video, people click onto the video knowing the formation that, you know, because it's in the title, 4-1-2-1-2 custom tactics, etc. Obviously, I don't know what formation you guys at home watching are comfortable with, or what formation you play with your main team. So what you'd want to do is just copy your tactics from your main team, alright? I'm going over to attacking is probably what I'd go with. Copy your tactics from what you use for your main team. I believe mine is, if I try to remember, I use a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, 40 width and 50 depth, and I go fast build up, forward runs. I actually think I go balanced forward runs, press after possession loss as well. Now, my formation I use on my main is a 4-1-2-1-2 second, so for me personally, I'll do that and just move them around, set up your custom tactics, set up the formation, set up the instructions that you use as well for your French team that you use for your main team. It's just something that you're used to, and not much people think about this. Not much people do this with your French teams. Once again, cheers EA. Not much people do this with your French teams. They just build a 4-4-2, jump into the game, and go from there. So if you're playing someone that's just on the natural 50 balanced, 50 depth, 4-4-2, whatever formation they're using as a base, not much people have set up custom tactics for it, alright lads? So make sure you set up your custom tactics, and you might just have that little edge over your opponent. But what you guys want to do, as I said, is try your best to obtain French players, whether it's FUTTIES Dynamic Duo 5 objectives, give that Mandanda, give that Amavi, grind the fodder packs, save your French players, build the best possible team, make sure to use your custom tactics, and good luck. Happy grinding. Let me know, are you guys going to try and go for all 27 wins? Hope you guys did enjoy.